Let's start designing our cage. When you open the Solidworks, a new window like this, new Solidworks document will be opened in front of you. If you are not getting this in window in front of you, what you can do is you can press press N. Control and N keys, press and hold those two keys, then this window will be open. As you know, we are going to design a part and not an assembly or drawing. So what we have to do is we have to go to the part environment of the SolidWorks. So what I will do is click on this part and click OK, or just double click on this part icon, then we will enter to the part environment of the SolidWorks. Now we are in the part environment of the SolidWorks. The first thing you have to make sure is that we are using a proper unit system. Now to change the unit system, what you can do is you can see that at the bottom it's showing that MKS. Click on the MKS. As you can see, there are many other unit system available. Now the selected one is meter, kilogram, second. So you can see that MKS is checked. The other unit system available are CGS is there, MMGS is there, IPS is there. IPS means inch, pound, second. So the unit system on which we are working is MMGS, that is we will be working on millimeter, gram, second unit system. So I will click on this MMGS. Now you can see that the unit system is changed from MKS to MMGS. Here you can see that now it's showing MMGS. So make sure that before you start doing something on SolidWorks, make sure that you are using a proper unit system. Don't forget about this. Now let's start design our cage for the ball bearing. The first thing we have to do is we have to create a cylinder. A cylinder of inner diameter 86 mm and outer diameter 94 mm and a height of 16 mm. As you may know, the first thing we have to do in order to create a 3D object is we have to sketch something. So here what we are going to sketch is the circular portions of the cylinder. So we will sketch two circles of diameter 86 mm and 94 mm, and those two circles will be concentric. Now we are in the features tab. So in order to sketch something, we have to switch to the sketch tab. So I am clicking on this sketch. So now we are in the sketching tab. Here you can see that there is an option called sketch. You can click on that. Then it will ask a plane to sketch. So here we are going to select this front plane to sketch. Now we are here in the front plane. We are looking normal to the front plane. You can see that axis is showing X and Y, and here you can see that this is the origin. We have to draw two circles of diameter 86 mm and 94 mm. So in order to draw circles, we have a tool here called circle tool. This here is the circle tool. If you place the mouse pointer over it, you can see that it says that sketches a circle. Click to place the center of the circle, then drag and release to define its radius. When you click on the circle tool will be activated and the circle symbol will be attached with the mouse pointer. And here in the left part, you can see that circle properties tab will be open. Here it shows that there are two types of circles available. The first one is a normal circle and the second one is a perimeter circle. We will be using this normal circle. As you can see that this normal circle is activated now. If you want this perimeter circle, you can click on that, then that perimeter circle will be activated. We need this normal circle, so we will select this normal circle and normal circle is activated. Now we have to draw it. So I have to specify two things to draw a circle. The first one is the center and the second one is the radius. I am choosing origin as the center of my circle. So click at the origin and then it will ask for the radius. So click somewhere. As you know that we have a smart dimension tool. So don't worry about the dimension or the radius as of now. So just click somewhere. So this is our first circle. As soon as you clicked for the second time on the screen, you can see that many things appear here on the left side. We will see some of them. We have to draw one more circle. So what we can do is click for the center of the second circle at the origin itself and specify an arbitrary radius. We don't have to worry about it as of now. So click with some arbitrary radius. Now we have two circles. As you can see that here, if you click on this tick mark, circle tool will be deactivated. So click on this close dialog to deactivate the circle. Now we have to specify the dimensions of the circle. So here we have the smart dimension tool. Click on the smart dimension tool to activate it. Now the smart dimension tool is activated. We have to specify the dimensions of the circle. So I'm going to specify the diameter of the outer circle. So I can just click on the outer circle. So it will be showing the diameter. Now it's showing 70.71. Just place it somewhere. I'm going to place it here. Click. So now it will ask for me to modify the diameter of my circle. So here you can type 94, which is the required diameter of the outer circle, and press enter. Now the diameter of the outer circle is specified. Now we have to specify the diameter of the inner circle. So just click on the inner circle. Now the dimension is attached. Click somewhere at a proper place and change the dimension value to 86 and press enter. Now we have specified the diameter of the two circles. As you can see that now it's showing that it is a fully defined sketch. If you want to move the dimension to somewhere, if you have to place it somewhere else, just click on it, right click with the mouse pointer and move it. And if you want to change the dimension, double click on it and you can change the dimension to any value you need. So we have created the two circles we needed. To get rid of the dimension tool, you can click on this close dialog. In order to deactivate the smart dimension tool, you can click on this smart dimension tool again, then the tool will be deactivated. Now we have the two circles with us to create the cylinder. So our sketch is over, so we can come out of the sketching environment. In order to come out of the sketching environment, either you can click on this exit sketch, or here the same tool is available, click on this, then we will come out of the sketching environment. So next what we have to do is we have to convert this two-dimensional sketch into a 3D cylinder. So that we will return back to our features tab. So click on this features tab. So now we are here in the features tab. In order to convert the 2D sketch into a 3D object, we have a lot of tools available here. We will be using this extruded bose base tool. So first of all, let's select this sketch. Here on the left side you can see that what all things you have made. So as of now we have made just a sketch, so you can see that sketch here. So click on that, so the entire sketch will be selected. And now click on this extruded bose base tool. So now the extruded bose base tool is activated. Now you can see that the 2D object is transformed into a 3D object. Here on the left side, the extruded bose base properties tab will be open. The first thing in the tab is from, which basically indicate that from where it have to add the extrusion. Let's see what all things are there in the from. Here you can just drop down that. Now it's showing from the sketch plane. Let's select this offset. I'm clicking on this offset, and here the distance is given as 0.00 mm. If I change this to 25.00 and click on here on the screen, now the extrusion or the 3D object is created at a distance of 25 mm from the sketching plane. So this offset indicates that the extrusion will be made at a distance of, we can specify the distance here. If we want this extrusion on the opposite side, what we can do is click on this. This tool here is used to change the direction. So if you click on this, it will be here. So there are many other things available, surface or face or plane, vertex. Just use all of this whenever necessary. So now we will go for the default one, which is the sketch plane. So it will be sketching from the sketch plane itself. We have our plane there and it will be sketching exactly from the sketch plane itself. The next tool available here is the direction one. You can see that here if you drop down, there are many directions available. First one is blind, up to vertex, up to surface, and etc. What these tools does is, for example, this up to surface, what will does is, if you have a surface in front of the sketch, it will extrude from the sketching plane to up to that surface. What this blind does is it will just blindly create a extrusion in the given direction at a distance of 16 mm. We can specify whatever length needed. Any length we are giving here 16.00 mm. If you want this extrusion on the other side, what I can do is here I can change the direction. If I click on this, the direction will be reversed. Now it's on the opposite direction. So currently we will use midplane direction. If I click on the midplane, as you can see that this here is the sketching plane. The extrusion will be created equally on both sides of the sketching plane and the direct distance will be 16.00 mm. So now we have created the 3D cylinder of inner diameter 86 mm, outer diameter 94 mm and a height of 16 mm. So we can get out of this extruded bose based tool. So just click on this OK. Now we have come out of the extruded bose based tool. As you can see that now the sketch is not seen here, but instead the bose extrude 2 is shown here. Just drop down here, then you can see the sketch is also available here. If you want to edit, what you can do is just click on it, then you can see that here edit feature is available. If you click on it, we will be again reaching in the extruded bose based tool. If you don't want to edit, just click on OK, or if you want to cancel it, just click on that. Thus you can edit the extrusion at any point of time you need it. Now let's create the holes required to hold the balls. So for that we will go to sketching environment again. In order to sketch we need a plane. So here we will sketch on this face of the cylinder. So just click on this face, and as you click on the face, this thing will be open. Here you can see that there is an option to sketch. Click on sketch. Now as you can see we are switched from features tab to sketch tab, and the sketch tab is activated. But as you may observe that we are not looking normally into the sketching environment. In order to look normally into the sketching plane, what we can do is press Ctrl and 8. Now we will be looking normally to the sketching plane. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to draw a construction line. So here we have the line tool. Click on it. Line tool will be activated. Here under this option you can see that the first one is for construction. If I click on this, the line I am creating will be for construction. That means that will not be considered for anything like for extrusion or something. It's just for a construction purpose. So I am going to click at the origin for my first point, and I am drawing a vertical line passing through the circle. And I have to get rid of this line tool. So what I can do is I can left click on the mouse and click on this select. Now I have drawn the center line. Now what I am going to do is I will draw one more line. So I will choose the line tool and click on this line and a line passing through the same line, that is its vertical, and I will click somewhere on this point. And now as you can see that the line tool is still attached with the mouse pointer. If I move the mouse pointer to somewhere here and return back to the same position, and if I come back again, now you can see that an arc is attached with the mouse pointer. So I can draw an arc like this. So I am going to join this arc with the first point of my original line. So this is what I have constructed, and I can get rid of the line tool by just clicking left mouse button and then select. Okay, now I have created this semicircle here. Now what I am going to do is I will draw a circle again, which will be a construction circle. So the center of my circle is same as the origin, and I am going to give some arbitrary radius. As you can see that the properties of the circle is available here. If I just drop down here, there is an option for construction. So I will just select it. As you can see that the circle is dotted, that is the circle is for construction purpose only. Then I will click on this OK, and that's it. Now what I am going to do is I have to draw the circles exactly midway between these two circles. So what I will do is I will smart dimension this circle. So I have activated the smart dimension tool and click on this circle. As you can see that the dimension is attached with the circle, and click on a proper position. Now I have to give the dimension. The diameter of the circle will be half of the sum of the diameters of the two circles. So there is no need to use calculators or something to calculate the diameter. We can directly use calculations here. What you have to do is just there and write 86 plus 94 divided by 2. So that will be the diameter of our new construction circle. So press enter and click on close dialog. Now the new circle is constructed exactly midway between the two circles. So now here we have the semicircle. I am going to make the center of this semicircle coincident with the construction circle. So what I have to do is I have to select this circle, construction circle, and the center of this semicircle. Press and hold Control and then select the center of this semicircle. So now those two entities will be selected. As you can see here, a properties tab is activated. Here you can see the selected entities are this arc2 and the point. You can see that here in the existing relation there are no relations existing, and here I can add some relations, So I am going to add this coincident relation. So what happened here is that this point, that is the center of this semicircle, will become coincident with this arc2. So I will close this dialog. Before that, there are many other relations available. I can add a concentric relation or a fixed relations. Now you have applied a coincident. You can see that under the existing relations tab, here a coincident 7 is shown. Now I will close this. Now as you can see that my sketch is under defined. You can see that it's not fully defined. So you have to specify the diameter of this semicircle. So I will again invoke the smart dimension tool. So my smart dimension tool is activated. Now I will click on this semicircle so that a radius dimension will be attached with the mouse pointer. So I will click here and I will give the dimension as 12.00. Okay, now you can see that it's showing that it's a fully defined. So I can get rid of this smart dimension tool. Now I got a fully defined sketch. So I will come out of the sketching environment. So now I am again returned back to the features tab. As you can see that here we have two things. First one is this bose extrude, and the second one is this new sketch. So what I have to do is I have to create a circle here. So in order to create a circle there, what I will do is I will use this revolved cut tool. So you can see as I have placed the mouse pointer there, it shows that cuts a solid model by revolving a sketched profile around an axis. If the cut affects multiple bodies in multi-body parts, you can select which bodies to keep in the bodies to keep dialog box. So I have selected this sketch 3. Now I am going to make a revolved cut here. So I will select this revolved cut tool. Now you can see that it's asking for the axis of revolution. It's already selected line 1 sketch 3, that is this is the axis of the revolution, and we have to specify the direction. So there are many options available. Here we will go for blind, and I can specify the angle. Here it's given 360 degree. If I change this to 90 degree, if I click on here, as you can see that it will be making a cut only up to 90 degree, but I need a complete cut here. So I will give the angle as 360 and click on this. Okay, actually there is no need of 360, we can go for 180 also. Now we have made a revolved cut here. You may observe here that these edges, this edge and these edges are very sharp. So we have to smoothen those two edges. In order to smoothen those two edges or any edges, we have a tool here called fillet. you can see that this here is the fillet tool. So we will select this fillet tool. Click on the fillet tool. The fillet tool will be activated. Now we have to select the items to fillet. We will select this edge here, and we will select this edge over here. As you can see in the items to fillet, those two edges are selected, edge 1 and edge. And here we can see that fillet parameters. We can add the fillet parameters. Here the symmetric one is selected, so symmetric filleting will be done. And here we have to specify the radius, so 1.0 mm. So there are many other parameters available also. You can just go through them and try to understand what are all those things. So if you click on this OK, you can see that instead of a sharp edge, it's now became a smooth edge. So that's the main function of this fillet. We need holes as many as the number of balls. So we are going to make a ball bearing of 8 balls, so we will need 8 holes. It's pretty difficult to create holes again and again for 8 times or so. If we have more number, it's become more difficult and more hectic. So Solidworks have special tools in order to create patterns. These tools are available here. Here you can see linear pattern. If you drop down, you can see that many tools available: linear pattern, circular pattern, mirror, curve driven pattern, and so on. So here we have to make a circular pattern. So we will click on this circular pattern. Now the circular pattern tab is activated. The first thing here in the circular pattern is the direction one. We have to specify the direction. So we will specify the direction as this circle. So as you can see that something is patterned. Here you can see that the features and faces to pattern. Here select the fillet 1 to be patterned. That's why this fillet 1 is patterned. Now we need this hole also. So I will select this cut hole. As you can see that now the holes are patterned along the circle. So that is the direction we have specified. I can generate a pattern in two ways, using instant spacing and equal spacing. Here we are using equal spacing, that's between two pattern objects. It will be equally spaced, and I can control the angle also. I need not give 360 degree. I can give some 270 degree. Then it will generate patterns up to 370 degree. Or here I will give 360 itself. I can control the number of patterns. Here I can give some 10, then the number of patterns will be increased. I can give as many as number I required. Here I will give 8, and if I need in another direction also, I can activate this direction too. Here we do not need it in another direction, so we will just uncheck it, and here we have selected the fillet 1 and cut the one. To just click on this OK. Now you can see that 8 similar circles along with the fillets are patterned. Here you can see that a circle pattern is same. Here this is the fillet that we have created earlier. We just click on it and edit feature. You can edit this at any point of time. If you don't want, just click on this cancel. So that's how we create it. If we use, here we have linear pattern. If you use linear pattern, we can create patterns in linear fashion. If I have a circle here, if I have to create a circle along this direction, I can use this linear pattern, and mirror entities option is available. There are many other options available here. Just go through it. So we have made 8 circle for 8 balls. So if you carefully observe that actually we do not need this much of thickness for the cage. So in order to reduce that, we have a tool here called shell tool, hollows out a part. So click on the shell tool, and the parameters we can give the thickness we need. We are here 1.50, and here we have to select the faces to shell. So we will select this face, and this face. And if you try to click on, it will show an error. So click on cancel and cancel. So the error is caused due to that. Here we, for the fillet, this fillet we have gave the radius as 1.5 mm. The actual radius of this fillet is 2.1 mm. So we have to edit that. In order to do that, click on this fillet and go to this edit feature. Here we have given it as radius as 1.5 mm. We can change it to 2.1 mm and click OK. Okay, now we have changed the radius of the fillet. Now again go to this shell tool, and the shell thickness is 1.5 mm, and here we have to specify the faces. Select the same faces again, this face, and this face here, and click on OK. Okay, now you can see that we have created a gauge of decreased thickness. So if you feel or if you find any errors in between, you can go through these and try to find out the errors. The next and the last thing we have to create in this gauge is a hole through this surface. So in order to create a hole, what I will do is I will select this face and sketch on that face. So I have selected this face and click on sketch. So in order to look normally, I will press Ctrl and 8. Now I am looking normally to that plane. So in order to create a hole, what I will do is I will select the circle tool and I will just create a circle of arbitrary center and arbitrary radius. I will fix those two at a later point of time. So click on OK. The next thing I am going to do is I will draw a line, a construction line. So select the line tool, and here under the options click for construction, which will be passing through the origin and the center of this line. So just click on the origin and let the circle passes through here. So you can see that a yellow line is appearing. So that's the line we needed. Just click on somewhere and press left mouse button and press select. So now we have created a construction line. Next thing we are going to do is we are going to construct a construction circle similar way we have done before. So select this circle and click at the origin for the center and draw it at some arbitrary radius. And here under options check the for construction option. Now it will become a construction circle and click close dialog. Now you have to specify the diameter of the circle. So I have invoked the smart dimension tool and click on the circle and give the dimension as before, 94 plus 86 divided by 2 and press enter. So the diameter is attached with the circle and get rid of the dimension tool. So next thing I have to do is I have to give the dimension to this circle, this small circle I have created. So activate the smart dimension tool, click on this circle and specify the diameter as 2.00 mm. Okay. As you can see that now the sketch is underdefined. So in order to fully define that, what I am going to make is I am going to make the center of this circle coincident with this line and this circle, so that it will lie exactly at the center of this plane. This plane we have selected. So I will zoom here and select this center of the circle, and I will press and hold Control and select this line, and again press and hold the Control key and select this circle. As you can see here, the selected entities are arc 2, line 1 and point 2. There is no relation exists between those three, and we are going to add a relation intersection. So if you click on the intersection, so you can see that under existing relations, that relation intersection 0 is added. That intersection is between arc 2, line 1 and point 2. And if I click close dialog, as you may observe that it's still showing that underdefined. So try to move this circle. So click on the center of the circle and move it. So you can see that now the circle is moving. That is, this line is not fixed. That's why it's moving. So we have to fix it at the center. So what we will do is select this, and here you can see that if you move the cursor through here, you can find out the midpoint. So select this circle and find out this midpoint here. Press and hold Control and select that, and here you have selected line 1, and this is the point 1, line 1 and point 1. So now no relation exists between those two, so add a coincident relation between those two and click dialog. Now as you can see that it's a fully defined sketch, and if you try to move the circle, it will not move. Now that is fully defined. Okay, now we have created a fully defined sketch. Now come out of the sketching environment. Now we are here in the features tab. In order to drill a hole here, we will use this extruded cut tool. Select this sketch file. This is the sketch we have drawn just now, and then select this extruded cut tool. So as you can see that what it will do is similar to extruded bose base. Instead of creating something, it will create a hole on the solid object. Here as you can see that it's from the sketch plane. There are many other options available. Direction 1 is blind, and it's given 16 mm. Instead of that, what we can give is, we can give through hole. So what does it means is that whatever is there in its way, in the way of the circle, it will create a hole there. So we don't have to specify the thickness or specify the depth up to which the hole to be created, and press OK. Now you can see that a hole is created there. We need the same hole over this entire cage. So what we will do is, we will use this pattern tool, the same pattern tool we have used before. So click on this and click on the circular pattern, and direction 1 we have to specify. We'll specify the same direction, so equally spaced 8, and we have to select the features or faces. So we will select the feature as this hole. So as you can see that now as I selected that hole, the hole is repeated over the entire structure, and I can click on this OK. Now our cage is completed. We have completely constructed the cage. So save it in the same file, save, give the name as cage, and save it in the same folder where you saved the ball, inner ring and outer ring, and click on save. Next we will do the assembly of these parts.